Why does the blank page still intimidate you, despite you sincerely completing many follow-along tutorials? That discomfort you feel on facing the blank page sends you back online to find something else to follow. You fill another page, feel satisfied for a while, and then the next blank page brings you back to the same uncertainty. We keep circling in this loop of blank page to looking over for something to guide us and filling the page. What we capture in our sketchbook soon becomes a hand-picked collection of other people's artworks. It feels nice to capture all these wonderful step-by-steps, but we never get strong enough to tackle the blank page on our own terms. The blank page still makes us feel awkward and uncomfortable. That's why copying feels like an easy option, making us think that at least we made something. But this short-term comfort stops us from exploring our own creative potential because it keeps us dependent on external guidance instead of listening to our own creative voice. What if you don't have to compromise? What if that you can begin to make original and meaningful art on your own terms? Yes, that is possible for you and me and not just reserved for great artists only. How? Well, this video is made just to answer that very question. Let's begin. For those who are new here, hi, I'm Parul, founder of Restart Art. I help you to return to art with real grounded confidence. See, a blank page intimidates us because it point blank asks us, what are you bringing to the table today? So, we try to fill it up with external guidance through all kinds of step-by-steps. Of course, there is absolutely nothing wrong with learning from others, but the problem with learning any art, anytime, from anywhere, is that your own art only moves because someone else tells it where to go. So, the question then becomes, how do you stop feeling this discomfort and go in with clarity and confidence? That is where your personal creative compass comes into picture. Simply put, your personal creative compass, also known as statement of purpose, is a written articulation of what art means to you and where you want to take it. It helps you to notice the patterns, questions, and curiosities that are already present in you and turn them into a direction you can consciously follow. So, how can you create your own personal creative compass? To begin with, give yourself some unhurried time and reflect on these 3 questions. What do you enjoy about making art? What do you want to explore through your art? And very importantly, why do you want art in your life? You may wonder, can I not just think about it? Yeah, but writing has a very strong advantage. When we just think about a question, our thoughts move very quickly, and the entire process allows us to stop at the very first acceptable answer. Writing, on the other hand, allows us to go deeper, spend more time with the question. It helps you notice where you are repeating beliefs you have absorbed from somewhere else. It reveals contradictions between what you say you want and what you actually feel drawn towards. It can surface aspirations, blocks, and creative curiosities that were already present but had never been properly expressed. And sometimes one answer leads to another until you suddenly understand your relationship with art. Something that you have felt for years but never found words for. Years ago, when I wrote my creative compass, aka statement of purpose, for my application for an MFA course, it helped me to connect several things I had previously been sensing separately. These are some excerpts from my SOP, which contributed to getting me unconditional offers from Chelsea College of Art, Central St. Martin's, and Wimbledon College of Art. Coming from a patriarchal society, themes around identity was a very natural point of interest in my life, and that very much reflected in my art. The suppression stoked many questions in my psyche, which reflected in the kind of mediums, strokes, composition I chose. And all of this propelled an equally strong reaction to express my own identity with equal strength, which affected the energy I put behind my artworks. The point is not that your creative compass needs to sound very academic or very clever. The point is that writing it makes your very creative direction visible to you. This kind of discovery deserves more than just a few hurried moments. That's why I have created a free workbook for you called Your Creative Compass. It will help you to discover your artistic direction, identify your deeper why, and build an active connection with your art. The link to download it for free is in the description box below. Back to the video now. Once you can see what you are reaching for, your relationship with the blank page begins to change. That intimidation you feel in front of a blank page, it now meets a clearer and more confident you. That endless search for what to learn next becomes streamlined and led by your reason for making art. It is now that you build your art practice in an intentional way. Then, after whatever gap you return to art, you know what you are here for. You regain agency over your art practice. Here are some tips to understand what belongs in your creative compass. The secret to making original art is how in line is your art is with you. Not in line with what is the latest trend or what YouTube algorithm is showing you or anything else. You are the hero of your art. Some people return to art because they simply want joy back. Some people because they miss the creative person they used to be. Some want to become genuinely skilled. Some want quiet. Some want the challenge. Some want beauty. Some want to leave a legacy. Some finally have the time after the retirement. None of these reasons are better than one another. You just need to discover your unique relationship with art. All that matters is that it is written unashamedly and truthfully, while nothing is hidden from yourself. So, what changes once you have created your creative compass? Imagine opening your sketchbook after creating your creative compass. Now, despite the page is blank, something inside you is not blank anymore. Instead of asking, what should I make this time? You go in consciously. You know what kind of subjects, themes, and skill improvement you want to do. You bring that conscious energy to it. So, if you would like some help in creating your creative compass, the free workbook mentioned in the description box below will immensely help you. It goes far deeper than what we have discussed today in this video. It gives you space to think and refine your answers while shaping your creative compass, so that this video does not end up like another video you watched or another idea you watched on YouTube. By the end of completing that workbook, you will have a clear creative compass that will help you to combat any intimidation next time any blank page challenges you with. And now that you know what you're reaching for in terms of your art practice, this next video will give you clear, practical ways of returning to drawing. It neither throws you into the deep end of great theories and heavy academic stuff, nor treats you like an absolute beginner. It should be on your screen now. Until we meet next, confidently step into the artist you know you are. Restart art. It's good for you.